Hey Siri, pause the music. What up? That was so bad. Okay. I need a chair. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. My name is Wesley Scott. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Happy beginning of the week, Monday. We're gonna go ahead and jump into a little light review. Let's get into it. Actually, I should probably have the light with me. I'll be right back. GVM, what is this called? P80s, something like that. Yeah, little light review. Is it any good? Let's find out. Here we go. Okay. So let's go ahead and talk about some specs real quick. I'm gonna run down the spec sheet just to get the specs out of the way, and then we can get into some actual practical testing. So got a beam angle of 120 degrees. The color temperature is 5600 Kelvin. Color accuracy is a CRI of 97 and a TLCI of 97 as well. So it's got a really high quality light, which is cool, and that's really nice. To know that you're getting a really high quality output, so you're not, introducing any different color shifts or stuff like that. It's dimmable from 0 to 99%. It says that it has an LCD screen for display. It doesn't. I don't know why this is up here, so just be aware of that if you're looking at it on B&H. ABS plastic, it's made from aluminum as well as that plastic. With the 120 beam angle, it has 3100 lux at just under 1 meter, or 0.91 meters, or 2.99 feet. So just about 3 feet. It has a lux of 3100. So decently bright, nothing crazy, but a great little output for the price. Comes with a bones connector, doesn't have a battery plate, 5/8 receiver. It's cold. It's cold coffee. I made this like an hour ago. Okay, so with the tech out of the way, I guess we can talk about build quality. So it's cheap. It costs, I think one of these lights cost $120. I got them on sale for BOGO, so I paid a total of $170 with tax to get 2 of these. And so I thought that was like a really good deal. They have a really high CRI. For me, that's something that's important to have a high quality light, but something piqued my interest was that they had a high output and a high CRI for a really cheap price. And it's made of plastic, and there's a couple metal pieces, and it's a little noisy. But overall, it's a light, and it gets the job done. And if you're just on a shoot or anything like that, and you need a little bit of extra light or a little bit of extra fill or something like that, these are really nice to have along. They're great extra lights. So if you need a little bit of extra fill and need a little bit of extra light on your face or in the background or something like that, these are pretty great to have on board. So I'll give you a little bit of a rundown on the light itself. Something that really piqued my interest that's really cool that you don't usually find lights at this price point with, is that it comes with a bones mount. So something that's really cool about a bones mount is you have so many options for accessories, soft boxes. It also comes with a little light. It also comes with a little umbrella holder right there. Which is a really cool thing to have. But with bones mount, you can set up all different types of modifiers. A lot of different brands out there, more expensive ones, cheaper ones. So if you want to keep this on a budget, you definitely can. If you want to get a high quality softbox but don't want to spend all your money on a light, you can definitely do that and upgrade later. So super cool. Comes with its own reflector. It feels relatively cheap, but it gets the job done. It helps with brightness, helps with output a little bit, so that's cool. On the back of the light, it's super simple. You got a power input and you got a dial. So you twist it once and it turns on, and then you just increase the output all the way to 100%. This is definitely not a linear output gain. It goes little, and then a lot. But overall, I mean, it's a good quality plastic. It feels like it's got a big heat sink, which I watched a couple of videos on. This, and something about it. I watched one of the videos, and one of the video reviews I watched on this light talks about that this heat sink can get pretty hot. I've ran these for probably around an hour and a half to 2 hours at full output, and they do get warm. Not gonna lie, they get almost hot enough to where you can't touch it, but not quite there. And then I also saw in the same video that if you leave them leave them on a long output for a really long time, they will actually overheat and shut off. I haven't had that happen yet. I've only run them for about 2 hours, which for any YouTube needs, I don't know if you'd need them that long. And they cool off pretty quick. So, you know, if you're taking a break while filming, just turn them off, let them cool down for 5 minutes, and then you're ready to go again. We'll jump into a couple demonstrations and what this looks like on camera. And then I also want to do a comparison between these lights, which these are my favorite YouTube lights right now. The differences between this and this light, obviously size first off. I'm gonna be comparing them. This light is almost twice as expensive as this one, but it's still similar output and stuff like that. So I thought it'd be a good comparison. So let's go ahead and jump into the comparison. And I got nothing else to say, let's go. So it's a couple days later, ran out of time to film when I was filming everything else. So we're gonna be moving on to just looking at the beam angle, comparing it to the NAND light, looking at all of the overall brightness, looking if there's any color shifts or anything like that, just kind of looking at what the light looks like. I'm gonna go ahead and turn off all these key lights, go ahead and turn this bad boy on, and then get a look at it. So, all right, so we're over here in the editing bay, and I was just going through the footage and looking and reviewing the footage. So we're gonna go ahead and dive into a little bit of voiceover, just as I go through the footage, share my thoughts on the GVM. I did compare it a couple times to the NAND light, and yeah, we'll get into some final thoughts after this, but let's go ahead and just jump into the video real quick. So go ahead and jumping on the first comparison, I just want to show off the beam angle of the light. So here's the GVM in all its glory. It does have a fairly wide beam angle. They're not much wider, but it is going to be a little bit wider than the NAND light. Also something I noticed, it did fall a little bit cooler in tone, so probably a little bit over 5600 Kelvin, so a little bit cooler than daylight. But that's just something to keep in mind, maybe not a deal breaker for you. And here is the NAND light. As you can see, compared, it is a little bit smaller beam angle, but the light stays really consistent all the way through the light and everything like that. And here's the two side by side. This way you can really get a sense of the beam angle, the white balance of the light and everything in between. You can go ahead and pause and just take a look at that. Now here is the GVM with no reflector on, so just the LED shining bright. You can see kind of the fall off, see if there's any color shift. It looks pretty good to me. It looked like it had maybe a slight magenta fall off towards the edges, but other than that, it does look pretty solid. And here's the NAND light, and here's the two side by side. All right, and then moving over, I set up a little interview section. So I had a little bit of hair light, a little bit of a practical in the background, and then the key light is what's going to be changing. So the side lights stay exactly the same as they are, and then I started to change the key light. The first one you're going to see is the NAND light, second GVM. I did grade this clip together at this clip has the exact same grade on it. I did grade it to the NAND light, so you'll notice a little bit of a color shift. Again, I think the NAND light has a little bit better color temperature in terms of daylight My camera was set at 5600 Kelvin and the white balance was pretty spot on already. But you can just color correct and use the color temperature that you need to with a grade card or anything like that. But I went ahead and just left these as is so you can really see just the color difference and any of the light difference for that. And I use the same softbox for each light as well. Let's go ahead and take a look. So this is gonna be the NAND light with the key light and a little practical in the back and the hair light. It's gonna be this way. I'm gonna go ahead and switch over to the GVM. You can see it is a little bit cooler, brings in a little bit more cool tones. Back to the NAND light. And here's the two side by side. As you can see, it's just a little bit cooler, maybe slightly darker, but that probably falls over to the grade of this clip rather than the light itself. You could probably color match them pretty well, but this is just the exact same color grade over both clips, so you can see the difference. So other than that, guys, kind of my final thoughts on the light. I think over the week doing this test, I think it's a really capable light. I think it's a really capable budget light if you're not needing that many features or effects, and you're not taking it everywhere and it's kind of sitting in your home studio. I think it's a really fantastic light. And I do think right now they are still having that buy one get one free, so go ahead and hop over to the website, leave a link in the description, and check out that buy one get one free if you guys want to pick this light up. My thoughts on using them on shoots and stuff like that, they are kind of hard to lug around, so if you don't have any extra camera bags or anything laying around, it might be a little troublesome to be moving these around, but they are good, like I said at the very beginning of the video, to have you know, an extra fill, an extra piece, an extra light in your kit. But other than that, guys, I think they are good lights. It's cool to see these different companies, you know, creating more budget-friendly, high-quality lights and different camera equipment in the area, so it's easier for you guys to get in the craft. So those are kind of my thoughts. I'm going to be probably using these in the future for sure, and I might do like a long-term review or just a little update later on to see how they hold up durability-wise and stuff like that. But overall, I also have, during the week, I have run these for well over probably 4 hours at full power, and they have not shut off. So I'll go ahead and say that I don't know if they updated the light or made the heat sink better, but that's a check on that one too. They do get warm still, but they haven't shut off on me yet. So hope you guys got some good value out of this video. With that said, have a good rest of your week, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out. Go be creative.